This is the content creator, Kjersti Flaa. She is a high status woman who is now getting the same treatment by feminists that they would normally give to low status men. She's pointing out a false accusation against men, against a man, and the feminists are coming in after her. And of course, this is completely surprising to her. Now, before we get into it, I just want to point out what they do. These women, when they're attacked by feminists, what they do? They do the no true Scotsman bullshit. They say it's not the real feminist. Now here she is talking to Colonel Kurtz.
So, but then when she talked to me like that and it started off like that, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to talk about the movie and try and, warm them up a little bit. So I was like, yeah, you wore some amazing costumes. And then they were like, oh, you're a sexist for saying that. I'm like, what?
I thought it was so unfair. And it was, the thing is that I've noticed that there is a particular strain of, and I hate to even use the term feminist because I feel like that's an insult to like feminists that I.
Yeah. I don't want to use the actual term because these women expose what it is. I want this fairy tale form of feminism that never existed.
Know and like and friends of mine, but for lack of a better term, put it in quotation marks, there's a particular strain of like feminist in Hollywood that has such a chip on her shoulder.
But it's not in Hollywood. These women are worldwide. The feminists that are attacking Korean men, are they in Hollywood or are they in Korea? Colonel Kurtz. Right. You see, what Colonel's saying is like, when you go into the woods, the bears you find in there, they're the wrong kind of feminist. The real feminist is Sasquatch. Try finding Sasquatch in the woods, guys. You go in the woods, you'll find all kinds of bears, but you won't see one single Sasquatch.
About being a woman in the industry and supposedly not taken seriously, although I don't even feel like that's been the case for forever. But they have such a chip on their shoulder about that they are just constantly looking for any particular slights or microaggressions that someone.
They don't have a chip on their shoulder. They're attacking men. Now, Kjersti, I want to show you something. This is an important video of mine. 130 hate groups sign a letter for Amber Heard. Remember, this is the other false allegations, right? So if these aren't the real feminists, right? These are 130 groups.
The open letter that was just released on her behalf with the signatures of over 130 high-profile supporters.
Supporters. She sounded like it's individuals. It's not. And guess what? These are women's groups. Women's March Action. Right? They even have the words women in them. Right? South Saki for South Asian women. The Asian feminist. Right? So, again, where are you guys? These are not simple individuals. These are entire groups. Kurtz, this is what feminism is. There's not a single group of feminists that act the way you make them out to be.
Might be committing against them. So the fact that, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is the fact that Blake.
I know what your point you're trying to make. You're trying to whitewash a hate movement that you were a part of.
Lively was massively pregnant and yet expected that you weren't supposed to mention that, or the fact that she's all into costuming and stuff. She's
blah blah blah. The rest isn't important. Let's get into the important stuff. Now, they hijacked my Wikipedia to smear me. That's right, Kjersti. They're coming after you. Wiki is feminist controlled. That is some serious shit. A hate movement has control of Wiki. And if you don't play their game, if you don't play ball, they'll come in and smear you. They have control over that. And that doesn't bother you ladies because For the most part, you don't even know that problem exists because it's not a problem for you. It's a problem for me. But now it's a problem for you. Now let's get into this.
On Substack, he now got the guy that wrote the original Wikipedia site on me. He got him banned for life from Wikipedia.
I do like the name though, Blossom.
Hi and welcome to Closing Talk. I'm Kjersti Flaa, and here on my channel I talk about my good and bad experiences in Hollywood and working as an entertainment reporter.
Okay, guys, let's really make sure that I've got this maxed out. She seems to be coming in quite quiet. No, sound is maxed out. Let's hear it.
So today I'm going to talk about a bad experience. This is so crazy to me.
She has the same expression as all the nerds, all the low status nerds that get attacked like this. This is so crazy, right?
Thank you to Rebecca, who made me aware of this on Instagram. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm still in shock by reading all of this. Anyways, thank you to everyone who supports my channel, and I need it more than ever right now. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I really, really appreciate if you do.
Kjersti, you've got almost 250,000. Stop begging.
You guys are so amazing, and I really need you to get me through this right now because this is insane. As we know, Blake Lively.
So it isn't vicious, it's insane, right? Kjersti, you're talking about this Lively person. This is what you have to understand. What these feminists are fighting for is women's rights, privilege to jail men at their words. They're anti-justice. They fight for injustice. That's what this is about. So you see it as a personal attack on you. Well, it is. But I mean, you see it as an individual case. You don't see the implications, the motivations of what they're trying to do.
Hired former CIA deputy chief of staff Nick Shapiro. A few days ago, I talked about this yesterday, and we were like, what is he going to do? Someone sent me an email saying, oh, he's not going to look for things. He's going.
This CIA agent is not in charge of Wikipedia. Men's rights get zapped by Wikipedia all the time. It's a regular occurrence because Wikipedia is feminist controlled. It's controlled by a hate movement, along with the platform you're on. YouTube is feminist controlled. The CEO that recently passed away, she was a hardcore feminist. She caused the changes to this platform.
Going to plan things. That's what they do. And remember, this guy was the one who tried to hide Hunter Biden's laptop. He was hired by the Biden administration.
This is neither here nor there. This is not why you are being attacked by feminists. You are actually supporting evidence that exonerates a man. That's why they're attacking you.
So this guy, he knows his stuff, you know, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this is just like way too many coincidences.
No. This is a conspiracy theory. The idea that this guy has this kind of control over the platforms you're on is a conspiracy theory.
I'm going to talk a lot about this in this episode, but first I just wanted to mention the SNL episode yesterday because so many people asked me about it, and I posted a little clip on my Instagram story.
Don't care. Let's get past that.
Reynolds appeared on the show making a joke himself. You remember?
Get past that. I don't care about the SNL skit. Okay, let's get into something else.
Magnus and I spoke about my Wikipedia page because someone on Substack, his name is DF Lovett, and he did this article about how he thought my Wikipedia page was suspicious. And then he was suspicious that someone on Justin Baldoni's team had created it. He didn't say why he was suspicious of it. I even said in that video 5 days ago that I really liked the Wikipedia page. I had nothing to do with it. Someone sent it to me and I was like, well, this is nice. It really focused on a lot of the positive things that I've done and some of my achievements, you know, as a journalist.
Yeah, it was basic information about you, right? But now it's being rewritten to show you in a bad light because you aren't lynching a man. You're preventing, or you're involved in preventing a man from being lynched.
Today, it's completely different. So I went in to view the history of the Wikipedia page, and it's been edited 50 times since the last 2 months.
Yeah.
50 times someone came in and tried to change my story. And nothing.
By the way, we guys who suffer this, there's nothing we can do about it. Even if we went and changed it. I don't know if I can get in mine. I'm not in there, I suppose. But one of the guys has a wiki on him, someone I know, and I can't remember if he can actually go in and change it, but it doesn't matter. They just change it back.
Specific happened since then that they've been commenting on, but they've just been adding things little by little to my page. 5 days ago, though, it was very different. So I don't know if it's been back and forth there, and I don't know, what do I know who created this page? But today, it's really obvious to me that they're using this Wikipedia page to try and smear me. Because now my whole page is only focused on things that can create controversy around me as a journalist and as a person. By the way, I would love to, if someone can go back, I think there's like this history thing that you can go back and see the original page, the one that was up 5 days ago.
Yeah, the point is, when people decide to look at neutral observers, people don't know what's going on. They decide to look you up on Wiki, and they find out you're a bad person. And so they immediately say, well, we don't have to listen to what this woman has to say, or we'll just assume she's a liar. That's the point of this.
I would love to see it and compare, because I didn't save it. But I would love to see and compare actually what they did, because I could only see all the things that they've changed and how many times they changed it. And I could see that they added an extra story to make me look bad. And that story is an interview I did with Claudia Kim, a Korean actress who was in Fantastic Beast. The story was that I asked her if she had read Harry Potter in school in Korea when she was a kid, because she said her uncle had sent the book to her.
This is the thing. Excuse me, everyone. That's the thing, Kjersti. You don't have to worry about this because your face is well enough known that people might see the difference. They might be able to say, yeah, I've seen this woman on YouTube. She's not as bad as they make her out to be. But the other thing is, bad reputations wash off a woman's back like a water off a duck's back. That's why you're not worried. Your status is, because you're female, is like in a fortress. Men can't afford this to have this happen to them. As soon as anything negative comes out about one of us guys, the pitchforks come out. That's why men fight tooth and nail to protect their status, to protect their reputations.
And I said, was it in English? And she was like, yes. And I was like, wow, impressed that she could read a book in English when she was 8 years old. I mean, I'm from Norway myself. I could never read Harry Potter in English when I was 8 years old. So I was really impressed by that. But then they twisted this around, making it like, oh, she's racist because she said you didn't speak English when you were 8.
Yeah, it's the racist slur is a standard feminist tactic. Right. Why do you think all these franchises, they swap out the white characters with black characters? So when they're ruining it, And then if someone complains, just call you a racist. You are getting the incel treatment, Kjersti. You are a man now, son.
It's such a crazy story to me, but someone, but it did create some trolls from Korea started commenting on that video saying like, oh, you think that she didn't speak English? I'm like, I wasn't born speaking English either. It's not a normal thing that everyone in every country speaks English automatically.
Also, I think being a woman, you might be able to hear me and take this to heart, what I'm about to say. Kjersti, there's no point in you explaining anything. I tell guys this all the time. They're not misinformed. They're not misinformed. They're attacking you. So you're not going to get anywhere by explaining how you're such a good person. They're not honest actors.
They're 8 years old. So to me, it was a compliment to her. But anyways, everything got twisted around. And it's obvious to me that they added that. And you could see from the history here that they recently added that a few days ago. And they added that to like put me in a bad light. Like, oh, there was controversy. She asked if she spoke English at 8. And so to me, this got like Blake Lively's team written all over it. And these guys.
Well, it's not Blake Lively's team. What it is a feminist team. That's what it is, right? Let me tell you something, Kjersti. Look at all those feminists that supported Amber Heard over Johnny Depp, right? When the case was finally over and it was proven that Johnny Depp was the victim, they continued to fight and argue with people for months afterwards. Months afterwards. The Depp fans had to finally outlast them. So this is not the Lively team.
On Substack, he now got the guy that wrote the original Wikipedia site on me. He got him banned for life from Wikipedia. He says in a new post, DF Lovett says, in my previous...
Sorry, it's hard to hear that. So the guy who wrote the original that was truthful got banned? Is that what you're saying, Kjersti? Okay. So if this was a Lively team, how did they manage to ban that guy? Unless Wiki was already feminist to start with.
This Substack post was Wikipedia manipulated as part of the Blake Lively smear campaign. I charted my suspicions that the Wikipedia article about Kjersti Flaa, the YouTuber and journalist whose video about Blake Lively has been a cornerstone of the wave of bad press that Lively has received since August 2024, was created by a member of the PR industry with possible connections to Baldoni's crisis PR campaign. Why was my Wikipedia page created by his PR team? It only said things that were true about me.
Yeah, they're telling a lie, right? They're telling a malicious lie. So again, Kjersti, by rights, you should be outraged. You shouldn't be doing the old wimpy guy thing of saying, oh, this is crazy. No, this is vicious. And you should be outraged. And you're a high status woman. You can afford to be outraged. You're not like a bullied nerd. You're not like us low status men who have no rights in the country. You can fight back. So fight back.
That I had won a journalist award, that I had created change in Hollywood by suing the Golden.
They're also projecting. They are the ones that are fighting with the feminist team. That's what Wiki is. It's not the Lively team, it's the feminist team. And they're accusing you of what they are guilty of.
Globes. Now they changed that too, actually. So the original post, as I remember, said, you know, she's been a voice for change in Hollywood. She sued the Golden Globes. That ended up in them being taken off the air, and they had to really take a look at themselves and make changes. Now it just says that her case was dismissed because of lack of evidence, which is not true. It was dismissed, but it wasn't because of lack of evidence. I had so much evidence about their corruption that they were taken off the air and boycotted by the whole industry.
Yeah, exactly. So you are a woman who does positive things, according to you. None of that matters to this hate group. Men are being this is what feminism is, Kjersti. It's a hate movement, and their whole purpose is to get the man, to attack men. It's not equality. That's a bold-faced lie that people tell themselves, that Kurtz even said to herself. And if a woman stands in the way, they'll bulldoze her over to get us, to get at us. That's what's going on. So I'm making this video. I'm not going to go any further because the point is I've made my point. And let's see if you're capable of learning. I know Kurtz isn't. She isn't. But you might be. We'll see. Goodbye, everyone.